Good morning, boys. On a Wednesday, how we feeling?
Feeling great, man.
Awesome, man.
Feeling
I got
great.
power back. Let's go.
Yes, you do have power back, Kap. Yes, you do.
Yeah. And the poll that is out,
Yes.
Shay said it would be over 85%.
I said 80-20.
Oh, 80. Right now, 74.3% said yes, of course they have a key.
Yeah, all precincts have not voted just as of yet, but too early to call for the moment.
Yeah, John King is breaking it down block by block in certain counties. Yes.
Shay, I understand your dismay about this hard knocks that we've seen with the Chicago Bears. And it's kind of like what we've known all along, is that the Chicago Bears are just not going to show you all the good behind the scenes stuff that we have seen in the past with hard knocks. Is just not going to happen with this team. This is a line that the McCaskies have drawn in the sand for this. There was certain points of the show that I liked yesterday. Obviously, there's nothing like a mother's love when Ian Wheeler realizes that he tore his ACL and his mom's just like devastated because in her mind, it's over. But as you saw the sit down with Ryan Poles and Ian Wheeler, it's like, it's not over. You just have to rehab and we'll get back out there next year. But as far as the fight that you were talking about with us in the meeting, like I didn't expect to see it because this is how the Bears have done business with this show.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to see it. I was hoping I would see it. It would be a welcome change to the way they've done hard knocks. Instead, Hoodie, we got multiple minutes of players visiting the Sears Tower with kind of corny Ferris Bueller references. We got a montage of Caleb spiking the football, practicing clock killing drills. More Travis Bagent. He's going to get cut royalties for this show with how much screen time he's gotten.
Yeah.
The Cat mentioned Roma Dunze at the grocery store. I would like a little bit more football. I think the result of the sanitized version we've gotten, shot or no shot, this is the most boring Hard Knocks season you've watched.
No shot because it's my favorite team. So it's cool that the Bears are out there. I do not disagree with you that it's overly sanitized. I'm cool that you want to cut the majority of the profanity out. But the fact that they got into a fight in practice, that should not have been sanitized out. That's just part of training camp.
I have to think about the ones that I've seen that I thought that were just subpar. I just know that this is the cleanest that I've seen, Shay. It would probably be a shot. I didn't think the Giants were very good. I think it was more revealing and an expose on the Giants' business more than anything else. But if nothing else, it was interesting, the behind-the-scenes calls that they were making. And Cap, so the shopping spree, Roma Dunze was with former Sun-Times columnist John Jackson.
No.
They were in there together.
No,
it was John Jackson. I saw him. And they were there together, and they were trying to...
Different John Jackson. This guy's like 21 years old from USC. The other guy's like 65 and was a former beat writer.
I don't think that's right. But we saw John Jackson and Roma Dunze together, and John was there. They're trying to pick out the certain, flavors and stuff. And
yeah, and everything at Woodman's is immense. You can't imagine how big it is. And it is like a Costco of groceries. Everything is much less expensive, but they don't take credit cards except a debit card or maybe Discover. They have that's their thing.
Discover.
Yes. They sell gas there. Sylvia and I live right near this place.
Do they take cash?
They do take cash.
Oh, wow. How about that? They still take cash.
They take cash, debit, and Discover. You cannot use Visa. You cannot use MasterCard. You can't use Amex. None of that.
Very specific.
Right. But everything's more inexpensive. So, yeah.
Here's Shane Orling.
Yesterday on social media, a hypothetical 3-team trade involving the Bears got some traction. Here's the idea. 49ers and Ravens each have some problems that they have to work out. Bears could be the beneficiary of it. 49ers would receive a first-round pick and Rashad Bateman from Baltimore. Baltimore would give up a first-round pick and receive Brandon Ayuk. Meanwhile, the Bears would give up a second-round pick and Braxton Jones and get back all-pro left tackle Trent Williams, who is 36 years old. Shot or no shot? If you could, you would trade for Trent Williams.
That's a no shot.
Okay, Trent Williams is the best left tackle in the National Football League.
Yep.
The best. Okay, he wants how much money?
I don't know what the number is. His problem right now is that he has 3 years left on his deal without any guaranteed money. So if he gets hurt, they can just cut him and pay him nothing.
Okay, and what was the 3? Tell me the deal again.
So the
Shot
Bears
Bateman.
side of it is you're giving up a second-round pick in Braxton Jones and getting back Trent Williams.
And he's how old?
36.
36.
That's a no shot.
No shot. I'm not doing that. And I got to guarantee a bunch of money for a 36-year. Again, he's an absolute upgrade. He may be the best left tackle in football. He's right there with Laramie, Tunsil, and a few others. But I got to give up Braxton Jones, who's just coming into his own. I got to pay this dude a ton of guaranteed money, and heaven forbid he blows an ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
It's a no shot on several fronts, Cap. It's a no shot because the only way you make that deal is you feel like for sure you're getting to the Super Bowl. Like that's the missing ingredient on the offensive line.
Yeah, if we could put one more piece on the offensive line. But how, and again, he's an upgrade.
No doubt. No doubt.
How big an upgrade is he versus a young guy who knows your system, has been in camp? You got a good vibe going in there. Like, if you told me he was 29, done. Let's go. 36?
No. The only way I do that, again, on several fronts is that, one, I know that once I acquire him now, I'm getting to the Super Bowl, or I'm going to definitely have a long run in the playoffs because he's there, because that's the investment that you made. The other thing is, though, is that, again, on the wrong side of 30, that matters, Cap, because how many hits does he have left at 36?
Okay, he's 6'5", 318. Let me ask you a question.
How many hits does he have left at age?
You never know.
Okay, so that's
So what
Could be one.
What if they said to you,
death blow.
Just saying, in case 36 years old in the NFL, the next hit could always be the last.
Yeah, exactly, for all of us.
How many bumps you have on your bump card? If he has one, that's not good.
What if they said, we don't need Braxton Jones, we just want a second round pick?
No, it's just the age, and that it's just not a shot for me. I can't do it.
He's a hell of a football
No question. No question. And by the way, people will hear what they want to hear. We're not saying that Braxton Jones is a better player. We're saying he's a younger player. That at the 5th round in which they acquired him in the draft, he's actually been pretty damn good. The general manager likes him very much. He sees him as an underdog, just like Poles was when he played.
Let me ask you a question. Here's a great question for you. Shot or no shot, you would rather have the Bears situation right now today. I could drop their roster in Lake Forest, or I could pick up the 49ers and drop their roster into Lake Forest.
Who's coaching them?
Shanahan is coaching the 49ers.
Oh, I think
the whole thing comes here, their thing. Our thing goes there. I would not take what does the 49ers want? And they don't have Ayuk. They don't have Trent Williams. And I think Caleb will be a better player than Brock Purdy. I'm not doing that.
I guess the point of that question is like you have guys that have skins on the wall. Yeah, they haven't won the Super Bowl, Cap, but you look at that personnel, it's more proven personnel than what the Bears have.
But again, no left tackle, no star receiver. These guys want, and rightly so, a ton of money. And all of a sudden you're like, hold on a second, I got to pay Purdy how much coming up here? And the Bears have a young, like number 1 overall quarterback, best wide receiver room, maybe in the NFL. They're right there with whoever does. No, I'm not doing it. I'll build with what I got.
That's fine. But at the same time, the 49ers are a top 5 team in the NFC.
Not disagreeing.
But it's based on the personnel and based on what they've done. They have playoff experience. The head coach has playoff experience. And the Bears don't have a lot of that on this roster. Like if I'm trying to win tomorrow, Shay, it's the 49ers.
Yeah, if it's a 1-year agreement, I would take the Niners because they're in a now or never situation.
But wait a minute. What if there's no Ayuk and no Trent Williams?
I'm still not sure that's going to be the case. Like I imagine push comes to shove, both of those guys are going to play snaps for the Niners this season.
According to Jeremy Fowler, Williams has made it clear he will not return to the team until his contract is adjusted.
Yeah, they got, 12 days left to figure that out?
I mean, for the long-term projection, you like to have the younger roster. And if that's the case, you take the Packers. They've got the youngest roster in the conference, in the division, if nothing else.
I just threw up in my mouth.
I'm just saying, like you for the long term projection, you want younger guys, right? That is going to be with you 4 or 5 years. The Packers have the youngest roster in the division.
Valid point. But the 49ers, Trent Williams, the last time he appeared in their building was the last day of the 23 season when they got eliminated in the playoffs. That's it. That is it. They said tough. He came in the next day, did his locker clean out, exit interview like every other guy, has not been back since. Dude, that's almost 9 months.
So what was that? The day after the Super Bowl?
Yeah. And guess what?
I think I'd probably take the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's
for 1
not,
year only.
And he's not there. And Ayuk is not there. No, I'm not. I'll take the situation I got.
To Kap's point, though, like we talk a lot about sustained success. I don't really know that it exists in the NFL. It's a league that's built to punish you for success. We've really only seen it if you have one of the two best quarterbacks who's ever played in the history of the game, like the Chiefs and the Patriots did. Otherwise, it doesn't exist. Like the Niners are kind of the model of sustained success. What have they gotten out of it? Their trophy case is empty.
Right. And don't forget, people go, well, who's going to sit out a season? Trent Williams sat out the 2019 season in Washington. They would not pay him what he wanted. He did not play. He sat the entire year. He's done it. All pro the last 3 seasons, 11 consecutive Pro Bowls other than 2019.
Well, you got your answer, right?
I'll keep the Bear.
Yeah. All right, Shay, what else do we have?
Bleacher Report wrote up one trade every team should consider before the season starts. It was a fun one for the Bears. Trade for Joe Flacco. Flacco, we know, had a bit of a resurgence in Cleveland last year, ended up winning Comeback Player of the Year, moves to Indianapolis. He's now backing up Anthony Richardson. But shot or no shot, you'd rather have Bajan.
That's a shot.
Yeah, that's an absolute shot. Absolute shot.
Now, Flacco's resume obviously is tremendous, but again, you think about the younger asset. Like, if that's the case, Cap, then the Bears should have been on Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is still on the market.
Still at home.
Yeah, just waiting.
But he's only going, from what we've read, again, he's only going to go somewhere where he feels like he has a chance to compete to play.
Yeah. And that's just not happening.
He said, I'm not coming in to be a caddy for a young quarterback.
Yeah.
He's running the Flacco play. He knows somebody's going to get hurt and somebody will pay him to be a starter at some point in the season.
Correct.
Hats off to Flacco, though, because he buried the Bears' chances.
He did.
Coming off the couch. That's just amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, Browns, I think they worked with 4 quarterbacks last year to try to get to where they were. That's amazing. So, no, I would say Bajent, because it's not even based on preseason, Cap. It's just that a young man who's had 4 starts, a mixed bag, of course, a mixed bag when he was a starter. But here's a guy here that I believe that knows a playbook and is not embarrassing if he's out there. He's not going to wet the bed. And we've seen that he's not going to do that. Except the LA game. Shay.
Whoa.
Tough.
All right. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto putting together a historic tandem season in New York. Both players on pace to crush the 40 home run mark. It would be the 33rd time in history that teammates eclipsed 40 home runs on the same team. It even prompted MLB.com, I don't know if you saw it this week, to write an article comparing them to the historic Yankee duos like Ruth and Gehrig, and wondering, the Mantle duos, wondering if this could be the best duo in MLB history. That was the question at MLB.com, Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. I started digging through some of the numbers. The two of them are on pace for 109 combined home runs. The White Sox as a team currently today have 108. If you add in Giancarlo Stanton, those 3 Yankees hitters are at 111. They've hit 3 more home runs than the entire Sox team. Shot or no shot, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Giancarlo Stanton will finish with more home runs than the entire White Sox team.
That's a shot.
It's an absolute shot. Giancarlo Stanton would be the best slugger on almost any other team in baseball. Maybe not the Phillies. They got Schwarber and Harper and Castellanos. But, like, what power bat do the Cubs have? Like, real power. Like, Suzuki will finish with 20.
Yeah.
Happ's up there. Bellinger's not going to get to 20. Swanson's not getting to 20. Giancarlo Stanton? Yeah.
That's a shot that they'll have more home runs than the White Sox team combined. Judge and Soto as a 1-2 punch. this should not even be a conversation in New York as far as whether or not Soto's going to stay a Yankee or not. Look at the numbers, Cap. Look at the numbers. What did we read a couple years ago? The Athletic piece about Soto. The next what?
The next Ted Williams.
The next Ted Williams.
Yeah. And he's 25 or 6 years old.
You know, Cap, if baseball had that big spotlight like it used to, Juan Soto would be like one of the biggest stars in all of sports. If baseball had the same acclaim it used to, because the whole spotlight back in the day would have been on the Yankees, but definitely Soto. Right now, it's, for baseball, it's Ohtani, great. We talk about Mahomes a lot, what's happening in basketball with Steph Curry and all the LeBron James. But Juan Soto in 1980, think about that. When football was kind of off to the side, could you imagine the kind of like hype that would be around Juan Soto and the way he plays?
My God.
And Aaron Judge.
What a player.
I think so. 88 home runs combined between Judge and Soto. And then you said add the stand-in 23 home runs on top of that.
Yep, they're at 111. And the Sox are at 108. Three guys
that is
on the same team at 111, and the Sox are at 108.
That's incredible.
Now, again, let's put in perspective. They're hitting these home runs in a year in which it's supposed to be about the pitcher. How the baseball's not being hit as hard, or you don't get as much power as used to because the guy that's coming into the game in the 6th and 7th inning is throwing 102 miles an hour. So in an era where it's supposed to be about the pitcher, those guys don't care.
Correct.
Think about it.
Oh, batting average is down. Bam! There goes another one.
That's just incredible power. And if the Yankees don't win the World Series, in which I think Baltimore could get there and win the AL this year, then, that's just all lost. That's great numbers, but what does that say for the team?
I think the Astros are going to the World Series.
That would be coming out of nowhere, by the way, because they were really behind early.
They were, but now they're really tough.
Yeah. So that's something. All right. We go around the NFL. Courtney Cronin with the latest on the Bears at 8:35. Kap and J Hood on ESPN 1000, and also on our YouTube.